Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and another special episode of Did You Know, where today we're taking a look at more of the best entries in this year's series with more things you might not know in WWE 2K24. Did you know that a new option has been added to start an argument with the referee? This one is another feature that returns to the series after time away, as the developers have brought back the ability to start an argument with the referee, though this time, rather than being limited to arguing after a pinfall, players can start an argument at will. To begin an argument with the referee, click in the right thumbstick to target the ref, then press up on the D-pad. While this feature is a great way to add a bit of realism to matches, its best use comes when playing a tag team match, as should you see your partner in trouble and in danger of being pinned, then you can target the referee from the apron and press up on the D-pad to begin an argument, which will keep the ref distracted from the pinfall. Did you know you can pick up and use the water bottles at ringside? Following on from the first episode where we showcased some of this year's new weapons, this year also sees an update to the water bottles on the announce table, as while the water bottles have been present for years, this year players can actually pick them up and use them as a weapon.
Oh my gosh!
Water bottles work in a similar manner to the microphone, as they share the same animations, with players able to grapple an opponent and perform the headlock weapon grapple, launch the bottle at their opponent, and even continue to hold it while they stomp them. As well as being able to use the water bottles at ringside, players can also obtain water bottles backstage, as the vending machines in the parking lot have been updated and drop water bottles when throwing opponents into them. Over on the other side of the backstage area, this vending machine has also been updated, though this one will drop soda cans, which also work in a similar manner.
Oh! Boom! KO reminding the audience that this is his show. Trying to find his bearings, but it looks like his end is near.
Did you know that Sol Ruca's full attire has been added to the creation suite? This one comes as part of the changes made in patch 1.05, as creator Antronexi spotted the inclusion of Sol's attire in Creator Superstar, and on further inspection, not only is her top and bottoms included, but the developers have also patched in her wristbands, her knee pads, socks and her boots, which when combined gives us Sol's full gear minus her logos. The inclusion of these parts would suggest that Sol was initially planned to appear in the game, though given the fact that the developers have now patched in her parts for free, then it's likely that she'll be kept back for 2K25. In the meantime though, should you want to make use of her attire and add Sol to your roster, then creator Absolution Cause has uploaded a great creation of Sol that uses the new attire parts, so if you want to download this and add it to your roster, you can find it on Community Creations by searching for the hashtag Sol Ruca or Absolution Cause. Did you know there's 2 alternate weapon skins when breaking out of entrances? This one sees the addition of 2 alternate weapon skins that can be used when breaking out of certain entrances, with the first of these being the flaming red baseball bat used by Alba Fyre. Should you play a match as Alba and have her enter second, using the breakout feature will see her drop the bat on the ramp, though unlike other props that tend to disappear, Alba's bat can be picked up and used. This red bat works the same way as the regular one and even stays at ringside once the match begins, allowing you to use it during matches.
Ooh, this is just getting uncomfortable at this point. Jeez, it's like they're beating a dead horse.
The second alternate weapon is Cora Jade's black kendo stick, as like with Alba, should you enter second and use the breakout feature to break out of the entrance, you can pick up the kendo stick and use it, as it will remain at ringside throughout the match. While Cora's kendo stick works like the regular one unique difference is that her kendo stick won't break when striking an opponent, so you can continue to use it as often as you like. Did you know it's possible to pick up and place a flaming table? This one is a really cool one that you should definitely try out next time you play a match with tables, as Johnny Ralston has found a way to light a table on fire and then pick it up and move it around, which allows you to set up a flaming table in the corner position or lay it flat on the floor so that you can perform moves on it.
Cactus Jack patting it off. Double DDT from Cactus Jack.
In order to set this up, ideally it's good to have 2 controllers, though it is possible using one, though you will have to swap players during the process. So to set this up, make sure that you have at least 1 finisher stored, then grab a table from under the ring and set it up as normal. Once the table is set up, make sure that your opponent is nearby, then move towards the table and when prompted, press the finisher buttons to set it on fire. As soon as the animation begins, you want to use the second controller to grapple player 1, as this will cause the animation to stop, though the table will continue to light on fire. If you don't have two controllers, you can also achieve this by pausing the game after beginning the fire animation and then switching to your opponent, as this will allow you to grapple player 1 and stop the animation. Using this trick, not only will the table continue to light on fire, but the game won't actually recognise it as being on fire, and because of that you'll be able to use it as a regular table, meaning you can pick it up and move it around, lay it on the floor to perform moves on it, or set it up in the corner position for a flaming version of a table finisher.
It's out in a hurry. That guy's good gravy. It just went crashing through the table.
Unlike regular flaming tables, breaking the table won't cause the fire to go out, as pieces of the table will stay on fire until you pull out another table.
Jack looking for the double-arm DDT. I don't care who you are, you can't survive any more of those.
Did you know that the Undertaker and Kane feature a special sit-up motion in casket matches? This one was suggested by Travis Detroit3848, who pointed out unique animation in casket matches when playing as either the Undertaker or Kane, as should you dump either man into the casket, rather than climbing out using the regular animation that sees a player rolling over and reaching for the ropes, the Undertaker and Kane will instead use their special sit-up motion.
Oh, into the casket they go! Oh no, rest in pieces.
Did you know that Tyson Kidd's original theme music is included as DLC? This one comes as part of a surprise edition in the Pat McAfee Show DLC pack, and should you check out the entrance theme that was added for AJ Hawk, his theme, which is labelled as Raw to the Core, appears to be the same music that was originally used by Tyson Kidd when he made his debut in ECW.
Welcome back to ECW Live here on Sci-Fi, and we're about to get our first look at Tyson Kidd.
Did you know it's possible to win by forfeit during War Games? When playing a War Games match and listening to the announcer go over the rules, you'll notice that they mention a team will lose by forfeit should they exit the cage, though when playing the match, there's no way to leave. Despite this, it is actually possible to win the match via forfeit, as the game includes an option within the match rules that allows forfeit wins to be turned on, though rather than working the way that you think they would by having the player choose to leave, these are actually triggered by the opposing player when brawling on top of the cage, as the match includes the ability to throw your opponent to the outside, causing them to forfeit the match and awarding you the victory. This option will appear once all team members have entered the cage and War Games officially begins, as should you climb the cage alongside your opponent and brawl on top of it, once you get in the upper hand and your opponent slumps over, then you'll see a prompt appear, which when pressed will say you throw them to the outside. Did you know you can use Carlito's apple as a weapon? This one sees the Global Superstars DLC continue the trend of adding new weapons, as the pack sees Carlito's apple added as a new option when customising the weapon wheel. Making use of the signature weapon feature, Carlito also comes with the apple assigned as his weapon of choice, which sees him pull out the apple by default when checking under the ring. When using the apple, it comes with two new taunt animations, as pressing left or right on the D-pad will see you throw the apple up and catch it, or perform a fake out motion as you pretend to throw it. When it comes to using the apple, players can use it as a projectile and throw it at opponents using the throw button, or if you're playing as Carlito, you can use a special weapon grapple that sees him take a bite of the apple and then spit it in the face of his opponent.
Oh, God! And Priest is being controlled here. Yeah, Priest needs to shift wherever his focus is over to the task at hand.
After performing the move, you'll notice bite marks appear in the apple, with chunks of it beginning to disappear after each bite, until eventually, after performing the move 4 times, only the core of the apple remains. Did you know that Lyra Valkyria has a hidden move when diving to the outside? This one was suggested by Selena Williams and Alba HD, who noted the inclusion of a hidden dive attack for Lyra Valkyria, as should you run towards the ropes and press the strike button while your opponent is near the apron, Lyra has a unique drop kick attack which sees her jump through the ropes to take out her opponent.
Wow, wiping that smug look right off her face.
What makes this move unique is the fact that the move doesn't appear in the creation suite, as not only does it not appear in the move list, it's not actually included in Lyra's moveset, as the only outside dive she has is Suicide Dive 4. As a result, Lyra's unique in the sense that she'll perform the hidden dropkick while the opponent is near the apron, but if the opponent is further away, she'll instead perform her assigned dive. For those wondering about a reversal, the move does come with a new reversal motion, as should they time it right, the opponent will block the initial dropkick, and then when they get back to their feet, they'll swipe Lyra's legs out from under her, causing her to fall to the outside.
Nia Jax out of harm's way.
Did you know that Dragon Lee has a unique reversal move in the corner? This one was first found by Cynix, who revealed a unique corner reversal, as while playing as Dragon Lee, should you reverse a corner running strike, and this will occasionally see you pull off a unique reversal move which sees you catapult your opponent into a headstand on the top rope, and then follow that up with a super kick.
And he's able to reverse.
When attempting this move, the reversal won't occur every single time, though it is quite frequent in how often it will take place, as it tends to happen in around 1 in 3 reversals. Did you know that the trading blows system has been updated since it was first announced? One of the new gameplay features added in WWE 2K24 is a new trading blows minigame that sees two players duking it out as they trade blows with each other, with the aim of the feature being to hold the strike button to fill the meter and stop it in the blue area. When throwing a strike, players can control the type of strike by holding the left analog stick up, down, left or right, with each direction resulting in a different action, with left seeing the player use a slap, right a knife edge chop, up an overhand chop, and down a punch. Aside from throwing strikes, players can also perform a taunt using the D-pad, which will see them goad their opponent into hitting them. While competing in the minigame, there's several ways that you can end it. The first is by missing the target area 3 times, which will award the win to your opponent and give them an opening to attack. The second is using your skill to stop the meter in the gold area, as this will see you instantly win the minigame and take out your opponent with a strong strike. While the third is a deadlock situation, which occurs when both players continue to stop the meter in the area, as this will see the minigame end in a flurry of strikes, where you'll have to keep pressing the strike button to try and gain the advantage. Trading blows can be initiated manually once per match by holding the strike button, though you'll also notice it trigger dynamically in certain situations. Did you know it's possible to explore the Performance Center using the highlight reel? This one was suggested by Heaven X Hell, who pointed out some updates to the Performance Center, as should you play a match in this arena and pause the game and select the highlight reel, and you can use the free cam option to freely move around and explore. When doing this, there's no restriction on where you can go, as you can take the camera all the way to the back of the arena and through the glass to reveal the gym, where you'll find various pieces of exercise equipment. Just outside of the gym, under the Performance Center logo, you can also see a tribute to Dusty Rhodes, where you'll find a cabinet displaying the trophy for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, with a cabinet surrounded by various circles representing the polka dots from Dusty's attire. Over at ringside, one other interesting area is left of the ring, as here you can see the production setup, which is used to test and train elements of a show's production. Did you know there's a special manager entrance for HBK and Sensational Sherry? This one sees the addition of some new bonus content within the Post Malone and Friends pack, as the DLC includes a special manager entrance when assigning Sensational Sherry as Shawn Michaels' manager, with the entrance based on their time together in 1992.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Sensational Sherry, representing Dudes with Attitude from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels!
Michaels is quick to take issue with anyone who dares get in his way. He thinks he's the very pinnacle of in-ring perfection.
I mean, is he wrong? Michaels excels at in-ring competition. He is better than the rest, and he's been like that since day one, but now everyone is finally realizing it.
No denying Michaels is extremely talented, but there's also no denying he'd be the first one to tell you that.
To go alongside the entrance, the developers have also included the following victory scene.
Lost for a while. Piper never goes away quietly.
Should you want to use these motions with other superstars, you can find the new tag team entrance and their victory scene in both Create an Entrance and Create a Victory, where it's listed as Shawn Michaels with Sherry Martel. Did you know you can perform different moves onto the casket based on your opponent's weight class? When playing a casket match, rather than attempt to throw your opponent into the casket, should you leave the lid closed, then there's various moves that you can perform on top of the lid to deal extra damage, though the moves you see will depend on the weight class of your opponent. For example, should you grapple a star who is part of the light or heavyweight class while they're laying against the ropes, and this will see you climb out onto the casket and then body slam them on top of it.
Onto the casket. What are they going to do here? Oh, I'm going to power them up. Bang! Just like that.
Alternatively, should you grapple a super heavyweight while they're in the same position, and this will see you throw them through the ropes onto the casket, though rather than perform a body slam, you'll DDT them onto it.
What a battle this has been. Onto the casket. This just continues and continues.
Oh my God, DDT! End this thing already!
Alongside this version of the DDT, you can also perform a spiked variant, should you grapple an opponent of any weight class while you're on the apron, or reverse a running strike, and this will see you pull your opponent onto the middle rope and then DDT them onto the lid of the casket.
Looking for a tackle, nobody home.
DDT into the casket.
Did you know that the developers have included new victory scenes when defending the briefcase? Following on from the previous episode where we showcased some of the new victory scenes in tag team ladder matches, this year also sees the addition of brand new victory scenes when defending a Money in the Bank briefcase, as should you set up a standard match and opt to put the briefcase on the line. Unlike 2K23, which used the winner's regular victory scene, 2K24 features 3 brand new scenes, as the developers have added a new heel and face motion for the men, as well as 1 new motion for the women.
Here is your winner and new Mr. Money in the Bank, Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest with a winning performance.
Here is your winner and new Mr. Money in the Bank, main event, Jey Uso. Here is your winner and new Miss Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch.
Amazing. The man is able to come out on top, even when facing a generational talent like Charlotte Flair.
Becky is just that good, and her fire in the ring is just undeniable.
Did you know you can put a championship on the line in the Royal Rumble match? When it comes to the Royal Rumble match, it's famously known for having the stipulation that the winner will earn a title shot at WrestleMania. However, there's been several occasions over the years where WWE have mixed things up and put a championship on the line, and that's something that players can now do in 2K24, as the developers have brought back the ability to put a championship on the line, which was last seen in 2K20. Should you opt to put championship on the line, then this will trigger an alternate intro where the ring announcer will go over the match rules before announcing the bout as a championship match. Did you know it's possible to throw an opponent into the crowd from the Hell in a Cell? This one comes from Ian Hawke, who shares a cool trick that you can use to launch an opponent off the cell and into the crowd, with this also doubling up as a new crowd glitch which allows you to wrestle all over the arena. In order to pull this off, you'll need to set up a Hell in a Cell match in the WrestleMania 13 arena, then break out of the cell by repeatedly whipping your opponent into the cell wall. Once you've escaped the cell, head to the top of it and drag your opponent over to the right side of the cell where the announce tables would usually be, then let go of them and press the heavy strike button to perform a cell finisher.
This is not going to end well. Scooped up for a slam from up top. He has a family. He has a future. Archer.
Should you want to join your opponent and wrestle the rest of the match within the crowd, then you can jump into the crowd using a standing dive, though you want to make sure that your opponent is standing as close as they can to the barricade, otherwise you'll hit the railing. Once you're both in the crowd, you're able to freely pass through the audience, which allows you to access areas that are usually restricted. When using this crowd glitch, it's a good idea to turn on the knockout option, as this will allow you to win the match while wrestling in the crowd. Did you know there's a special crowd chant for Roman Reigns when playing at Money in the Bank? This one was suggested by a few people, including Richie Wells, Typical Matt and Eltis, who all brought up a special crowd chant for Roman Reigns, as should you play as Roman in the Money in the Bank arena, and you can hear the crowd chanting "Stand Up if you hate Roman," which is taken from last year's Money in the Bank show at the O2 in London. Did you know that Pat McAfee features a unique weapon move? This one comes as part of a unique weapon move for Pat McAfee, as when using the new football weapon, rather than throw the ball, Pat comes with the ability to kick it, as pressing the throw button will say Pat drop the ball and then kick it at his opponent. Making use of the signature weapon feature, Pat and his co-hosts all come with the football assigned as their signature weapon, so even if you don't assign the football to the weapon wheel, they'll still pull it out from under the ring when they first grab a weapon. Did you know you can customize the weapons that are available during run-ins? This one comes as part of the weapon run-in feature, which is something in itself that players might not be aware of, as weapon run-ins are only possible in Extreme Rules matches when entering as Player 2. Similar to the regular run-in option, you'll see a prompt appear during Player 1's entrance, which will give you a choice of running in with a weapon with options for a steel chair, a kendo stick or a sledgehammer. While only 3 options appear by default, there is a way to enable more, as should you edit the weapon wheel under the match options, you can actually change which weapons appear. For example, should you edit the weapon wheel to include the bat, then this will see the bat added as a new weapon within the run-in menu. Not only does this work with the regular bat, but it also works with the barbed wire bat that was included in the ECW DLC, as adding the barbed wire bat to the weapon wheel will give you the option to use it during a run-in.
Looks like someone's come to play early.
Yeah, clearly not in a mood to wait any longer.
Another ECW weapon that can be used with the run-in is the light tube, as should you add it to the weapon wheel and then select the kendo stick option during the run-in, and you'll find that the kendo stick has been replaced with the light tube.
Oh, what is he doing out here?
I think it's fairly obvious, Saxton. He's a man on a mission.
Whoa, jump-starting the action.
Another weapon that works in the same way is the hockey stick, as this will also replace the kendo stick, giving you another option during run-ins. Did you know that Lyra Valkyria has unique reversal to certain strikes? This one was suggested by Insane Leaf, who noted another unique reversal move, this time for Lyra Valkyria, as Lyra features a unique strike reversal which sees her counter certain punches with a unique chop.
Evades their offense. Dodged right on cue.
Did you know there's a new tag team entrance for Shawn Michaels and Diesel? This one was suggested by CWE for Life, who point out the inclusion of a new tag team entrance for Shawn Michaels 94 and Diesel, as should you complete the 2K showcase and unlock these characters in exhibition, and this will also unlock the pair as a tag team where they'll come out with a brand new entrance.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 544 pounds, Shawn Michaels and Diesel, dudes with attitude.
HBK, Big Daddy, Cool, these two are a force to be reckoned with.
Well, things just always seem to click for Shawn and Diesel. It's like they're ahead of everyone else in the locker room.
I'm sure the whole locker room is aware of their presence here tonight.
They really are the complete package together. A well-oiled machine.
Impressive in size and style.
The inclusion of this tag team entrance is a nice surprise, as showcase matches don't feature entrances, so this is easily something that the developers could have left out, though they still decided to include it. Did you know that Devon Dudley has a unique reversal to the clothesline? This one was found by Twitter user B7E, who noted the inclusion of a unique clothesline reversal for Devon Dudley, as using Devon to reverse certain clotheslines will see him evade the attack before going on to counter the move with a neckbreaker.
And countered into a neckbreaker.
Bam! Canceling that move with a neckbreaker.
This neckbreaker reversal is unique to Devon, though at present it is a little bit buggy, as the leg closest to his opponent tends to get caught, resulting in an even more unique split leg neckbreaker, which is hopefully something we see fixed in the next update. Did you know it's possible to break the ring? This one is something for new players that might be unaware of this feature, as despite the removal of the majority of OMG moments in 2K22, players can still perform the ring break using a super heavyweight.
I hope they reinforce the ring!
Superplex! And the ring just imploded!
Stop the match!
Unlike the old way of triggering the ring break, which was done through the use of stored finishers, the ring break can happen at random when playing as two super heavyweights and attempting a superplex from the top rope, though in order to trigger it, you will have to have dealt some damage to your opponent, as the ring break only tends to happen when a player's health bar is in the red, though the amount of damage needed will vary from match to match. To attempt the ring break, when playing as two super heavyweights, throw your opponent into the corner and move the right stick up to place them on the top rope, then press the grab button to perform a grapple, and if you've dealt enough damage, then it should trigger the ring break, though if it doesn't, you'll need to try it again until it does. Did you know that Muhammad Ali has a secret referee attire? When Muhammad Ali was announced for WWE 2K24, we all assumed that his inclusion would see him feature in 2K's Showcase of the Immortals, as Ali served as a special guest referee in the main event of WrestleMania 1. While that bout didn't make the list of matches featured in the showcase, should you select Ali's referee attire when assigning him as the referee in a special guest referee match, rather than don the traditional black and white stripes, Ali features his original referee attire from WrestleMania 1.
Please welcome the special guest referee for this match, Muhammad Ali!
As well as featuring his own attire, assigning Ali as the referee will also trigger some special commentary, as the announced team will react to his role as the official and bring up his appearance at WrestleMania.
It really is an honor and a privilege to have Muhammad Ali in our ring tonight as our guest referee. This man is the original special guest referee in WWE.
I agree completely. The greatest is really elevating this match by being the one to call it.
And I think we can all trust Ali with this position. He knows how important it is to have an impartial official in the ring with you. Big thank you to Muhammad Ali. This was a special event to have an all-time great calling the shots.
So there you go, that was some of the best Did You Knows in WWE 2K24. Let me know what you made of them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.